Welcome back, everybody. It is Friday. Ike Trotter is here, so that means it's Financial Friday. Thanks for being here with us, my friend.
Good to be here.
In our continuing conversation to help bring you some more financial advice, and we've been talking the last few weeks about family and getting prepared for things, whether it's new baby or getting married. And this week, we're going to talk about when a spouse dies, and there's the emotion that goes along with that, but there's some very hard and fast business things that have to be thought about.
It really is. You know, when a loved one dies, the brunt of that emotional anxiety will be on the surviving spouse, and that's why they need the time to cope with the loss and go through the grieving process. But critical to this also, Ann, is making sure that plans have been made, that steps are in place so as that a devastating personal loss doesn't become a financial tragedy as well.
Which it can very easily happen. So what are some things we need to know?
Well, first of all, the most important thing is it's important for people to write down what they have. And that sounds so elementary, but most people do not write down what they have. So you've got family members scurrying around to say, where did Uncle Joe put this, or where did Mother have this put in place? It's important to communicate with loved ones about where things are, to organize documents, to prepare wills, and to make sure that loved ones know where those wills are. If they're in the lockbox, we need to know that. And finally, just do those things to plan for the inevitable, which will so often occur.
So that's good advice at any age. I mean, even young married couples should have a will, especially after you have children, have a will in place.
And one of the most disturbing things is to see a grieving spouse have to make final arrangements for a loved one because the loved one never took the time to do that.
And so many people say they don't want to talk about what's going to happen after one of the spouses dies, but these are conversations that you need to have ahead of time, and it's important.
And that's understandable. They don't want to talk about it, but they've got to think about what are the ramifications of the people that are coming on behind them.
Exactly.
One of the most important things to do is that when a loved one dies, that they notify Social Security. You know, if someone dies and he has a surviving spouse and children at home, children under the age of 18, Social Security needs to be notified because they could receive survivor benefits.
Okay.
Second of all, you'll need to find out where that spouse may have documents located, where life insurance policies are located, bank statements, retirement accounts. These are the kinds of things that family members don't need to be scurrying all over the house to find where they are, but they have something written down and communicated to a loved one, maybe put in writing, so that they can find where those things are.
And it wouldn't take very long to jot all this stuff down and have it in one centralized location. No. So how do you, I mean, I don't know if you can answer this, but how do you get that person to talk about all this? How do you start that conversation?
You've got to confront them. You've got to confront them. Sometimes it's tough love in doing that. Okay. You've got to say, if not doing this for me, do this for our children, or do this for the people, or maybe the charities that you might want to have something to go towards.
Well, it gives you, that person, a chance to have a say-so in what's going to come next.
And it's also important that the surviving spouse be given a chance not only to make sure that the deceased one's plans are finalized, but that surviving person go on living, that he or she maybe needs to redo their will, to make changes on life insurance policies, employee benefits. Those are so important to do.
All right. Ike, very good advice. Thank you as always for being here.
You betcha.
And we'll be back right after this.